Hi, friends. It's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. And we're here just to sit a bit with you and have a good time, talk about some things, and make a card. So this is actually a free card tutorial. So I am anxious to see who pops on, who joins us today. And let me make sure I'm live, okay? I like to check that. Okay, it looks like we're live. Let me just push this one button. Okay, Renee, good to see you. How are you today, Renee? I hope you're doing well this mid-October day. It's the middle of October, October 15th. Roz and Tina, good to see you guys. How are you? You know, we have had some rain. Lori, hello. Linda. Um, we've actually had rain. It's not been a lot. I looked at the total this morning and said 0.2 of an inch. But it's been cloudy and dark and cool and wet. You know, the backyard has been wet. The front, Michelle, good to see you. Shirley, hello, Shirley. Pam, good to see you. All my friends. Thank you, Renee. Yes, tomorrow is my actual birthday. So I've been getting lovely birthday cards. I thought I'd wait until Friday and I'll show them all to you because you guys and many of my friends have been sending me the prettiest birthday cards. But it's not a big one, so I'm just relaxing about it. Yeah, just relaxing. Anyway, it's been rainy and I posted that picture. Ellie was looking out the window because it's just so different for us to have rain. And we've just been loving it. Thank you, Linda. Um, so anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. We've been really busy. Um, we've been busy, you know, still it's going to be quite a long time with my mother-in-law passing away and us being the closest ones to her, the ones in town. Renee, you're cracking me up. So we have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of appointments and stuff, you know, and so we've been busy with that. And then Ellie still she isn't back to normal. She's okay, I would say. Thank you, Pam. Thank you all. She's not back to normal. She doesn't sleep well at night and she has a lot of issues, you know, with having to go outside in the middle of the night, her little bowel system. Thank you, Shirley. So we're not getting a lot of sleep. She went back on a different little medicine a couple days ago to help with that issue, and it isn't helping as much as I had wanted it to. So it's like a chronic thing. It's not. It doesn't get healed really. You can keep it at bay. So we're just we're just enjoying her, but between that and the mother-in-law stuff, we're busy. It just seems like kind of a lot going on. But my stamping is my kind of my refuge, you know. And I come in and stamp. Hello, Tracy. And she gets in her little bed and we just relax until she lets me know it's time to go outside or time to get some food because she's eating 3 times a day now, where she used to only eat twice. And she has medicine to take when she eats. So thank you, Linda. I know I could teach her to use a litter box. I could. But, you know, we want to kind of keep an eye on what's going on, what she's doing. And I'm thinking the vet might call me tonight. They called me on Monday night. They're really great. We have these specialists, this very special animal hospital and the specialists there. But it's keeping us busy, but we're still just thrilled, you know, and I've read about it and they can live quite a while with this if you can keep up with all their medications and their treatment and stuff. And you know, we don't have any kids at home, so we can do it. She's my little baby, aren't you? So we have so much stuff going on with Stampin' Up, and we're going to use some new product today. I hope you guys are excited. I'm going to put her down so she can take her nap. And I have, first of all, something very cute to show you from one of my downline. She brought me this when we had a class a few weeks ago, and it is so cute. So it's made with the jar punch, and I don't know what paper she used. And I think she used a stamp that makes the jack-o'-lantern face. But it is so cute, and check out the back. She put a little spider on the back. You know, she keeps all of her, she does a lot at Halloween time. And so she keeps all of her Halloween stamps. So I'm sure that's what she used. But the most fun thing is check out the inside, you guys. It fits 3 candies. Isn't this darling? And they're Hershey Nuggets. So 3 Hershey Nuggets inside there. Oh, Tracy, happy birthday to you. Yeah, I just think it's so darling. I thought you guys would really enjoy seeing that. Super cute little gift for anybody. So we're going out with our kids on Saturday night. My daughter who lives in town and her husband and mother and all that. And so we're going to go out Saturday night. So I'm debating if I should make one of these for each one, because I like to kind of take something when I go. So I've got this on my mind. I'm going to see if I have enough time to do it, but it's super cute. Okay, the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. Let me know if you've gotten this. This is so much fun. I have been having so much fun with it. And it's 12 days where you open the doors and there's a wonderful exclusive surprise inside each door. And it's not a product that you've ever seen before. The products were designed specifically for this box. Now, you know that Robin and I are sharing it because we both made 4 cards from all the goodies that are inside. And if you order the Advent calendar, it's called an Advent calendar, but it's only 12 days, and the contents are not Christmas. The contents are for any time of year. But we've each made 4 cards from the goodies and created PDF tutorials. So if you buy the 12 Days of Advent 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar from one of us, you will get all 8 PDF designs. And we'll just send that to you when we see you place your order. We've both been sending the PDFs out, and they're really fun cards. I've been showing mine. And on Friday, we will make a project using the contents of the calendar. I'm going to get the big box back. I really like the big box with all the doors. Tina, you got it. You opened everything in one day. I know, right? That's what I did. But so on Friday, we're going to use stuff from the box. We'll make a card using stuff from the box. I just love it. I love surprises, and everything inside is so pretty. And then I wanted to remind you, and I know several of you have taken advantage of this, the Traditions of Christmas video tutorial bundle. I'm in a group with 7 other demonstrators. It used to be 6, and we took on a new demonstrator with us. So there are 8 of us total who create a project using one suite or bundle. And this time we use the Traditions of Christmas, and we do video tutorials. Okay, they come with a project sheet with measurements and all that stuff, but you get 8 video tutorials on different projects. Most of them are 3D. I didn't do a 3D this time. But hello, Vicki, good to see you. When you place a $50 order in my online store, I will send this to you free as my thank you. Yes, Renee, the stamp set is adorable. We're going to use that on Friday to make a card. And it is going to be a fun fold, because I make fun fold cards on Friday. But this is a fabulous bundle of video tutorials. And if you're a demonstrator, so you want to buy your own products, you can get the video tutorial bundle in my tutorial shop on my online store. Excuse me, my website store. It's called the Tutorial Shop, and I have a link here for you. It's down below for YouTube and up above for Facebook people. I have a direct link right to it, and it's only $20 if you want to get all the video tutorials, and they are super cute cards. Oh, Renee, yes, I'm sure I will. I don't know if yes, because I wasn't really planning on opening the doors since Robin and I have opened all the doors and shared everything. But I will put a disclaimer on there that if you don't want to know what's in it, don't watch. I guess you just couldn't watch the video because I'm going to use all the goodies. But it's very cute stuff, right? Okay, and the biggest thing going on this month, you guys all know, is the starter kit special. I have new people joining my team, and I just love it. And we're having so much fun with this special. It's such an amazing price. Normally you pay $99 for the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit, but during this month you have two choices, but the best priced option is for $35 you get $125 in product, and it all ships free. So that's $90 in free product. I mean, it's such a no-brainer. Hi, Colleen, good to see you. And then the other option, if you want to get more, and who doesn't want to get more? We all love more, right? You can pay the normal $99, but you'll get $189 in product. So you still get $90 in free product, and it all ships free. And that's only good through October 31st. So I would love to have you join my team. My team is called the Sweet Stampers. I have a little thing over on my shelves over there that says Sweet Stampers, and they are sweet. They're so much fun. We have our own private Facebook group, and I posted yesterday the new team members who have joined to date, and I put welcome them. Everyone chimed in. They're all like, hello. They called him by name. So glad to have you. We have just a wonderful group, and I would love to have you be part of it if you are not a demonstrator. There's a link with this video below for YouTube and above for Facebook. There's a link right there, or you can do prettypapercards.com/join. It'll take you right to my joining page and give you all the details. And I would love to have you as part of my team. Okay, let's do our project. Let me confirm. Oh, I had a note regarding the Advent calendar. To do something nice for yourself. It's something nice I did for myself this year. I like to open the doors, even if I open them all at one time. And that was kind of my attitude, is I just wanted to do something nice for myself. So if you want to do something nice for yourself, get the Advent calendar. I just wanted to tell you that because it made me feel good. You know, things are just crazy all over the world, but stamping centers us. It brings us back down. And opening all these little doors was so much fun. I loved it. Okay, let's turn you down. And we're going to make a card today that is based on this week's Global Design Project. You guys know I like to do this. This is just a group on Facebook and Instagram, and they put up a design or a color combo each week. And I try to do it each week. There have been a couple weeks I couldn't recently with events, but this week I wanted to. Let me just take a sip from my adorable Yorkshire Terrier tumbler. I love it. Okay, so this is the design, and I'm going to show you the card that I made, and we're going to make it today, and it's using brand new product, you guys. This is from the Brushed with Beauty Suite collection, and it's a mega suite. It has two bundles plus other stuff. I've used only one bundle today, but I love it. I like the colors. They're pretty, and yet they're a little bit fallish. They're also a little Halloween-y, if that's a word, because there is the cardstock there is Calypso Coral. That's one of the colors. So it has a little orange tint to it. And I'm going to show you how to use some of these products in this new collection. And we want to talk about these new, which we've talked about them before, the new packaging. And we're going to get it figured out, okay? But it's wonderful for storage. So everything I got in my pre-order was like an inch and a half thick insofar as the stamp sets and dies, because they're all just like this. This is what the stamp set looks like, and here's what the dies look like. You can tell because it says Stampin' Cut and Emboss, but Petals of Beauty is written right there. So what I did for my dies, and I heard this, I think, hi Hilda, I'm pretty sure that Stampin' Storage, who we all use, the company we all use for these wonderful magnet boards, I'm pretty sure they're going to come up with a magnet that fits these new packages. But in the meantime, I want to keep track of my dies just like I always have, because I don't want to lose any. And you know, right down here it tells you the number of dies in your package, and it's 12. So I haven't had a chance to make my label yet, but I wanted to put them on this magnet board so that, yes, Lori, they do, so that I could keep track of them and also show them to you, because once I have actually lost some dies recently. I lost an arch die, and that upset me a lot. So I don't want to lose any. So that's how I'm just for now until I think I'm just wishing that Stampin' Storage would come out with the one that fits, the magnet board that fits right in that package. We'll see. And then the stamp set, and you've probably looked at it before, it comes just in here like this. And here's the way it comes, just on a plastic. And so this, I see people posting about it. I've got some of the stamps over here on blocks, because I always count my stamps. They announced it today. Stampin' Storage showed their new magnet sheets. Oh, yay! I was hoping that. Thank you, Roz. Yes, okay. Thank you so much. Oh, they made a new crate. Oh my gosh, I have to go right on there. I've been busy this morning getting all this ready. So yay. Oh, that's so wonderful. I thought they would. Okay. So here is the stamp set, and I'm just for now leaving it on here. We are hoping that they'll come up with like a graphic that you can put under, and we'll see. If not, I've seen some people making photocopies and putting the graphic underneath the plastic so you can see, you know, that you have all the stamps. But that is what we're going to use today, is these two sets. Oh, and we're going to use another thing. Yes, I saw that. They told me. Okay, I'm very excited. You guys are bringing me joy today. Joy regarding its storage joy. Okay, our sentiment today is going to be from this Banner Sayings stamp set. And this bundle comes with a punch, which I already love. I think it's going to be on my desk constantly. It's called the 3-Banner Punch, but you get it in a bundle. And all of these things, you guys, come out to customers on November 5th, which I looked is 3 weeks from today. This will come out, all of these things to customers. If you are not a demonstrator, you could become a demonstrator today for only $35 and add all this stuff. It's one of your choices when you're in choosing your stuff. And it's one way to get product before it, you know, in case it's super popular and sells out fast. They usually will restock, but I want to get my stuff fast and first. Okay. Oh, this is just so exciting. So exciting. Okay. Stampin' Storage, thank you. So let's start our card. So it's going to be a standard card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. But it's the paper that we're going to play with, and I'm going to show you some of the paper. We looked at it one day when I did kind of an unboxing. Let's pull this up here. But today we're going to look at it and actually cut our paper so we can do it together and get someone stamped the entire sheet of stamps to use in the package. Oh, that's clever. Okay, that's one way to do it. Okay, so for our background sheet, we're going to use this on the white cardstock. I like this pattern. Petal Pink is one of the colors. And let me see if I can get my lights more organized. The back is this very pretty Darling Duckling pattern, but we're going to use the front, and we're going to cut it at 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm doing it this way because I see the lines are going like this. So I want to make sure the front of the card has, they're not really lines, but the pattern, I guess I would say. And we'll go at 4.25. Sorry, that was a bit loud. So this will fit perfectly on our front. And then we're going to make a panel. Remember, we're patterning our card after this design, okay? So we're going to cut this panel, then we're going to make this square. So this panel of this paper, I just think it's really pretty. And there's the back. And this panel is going to be 2.5 by 5.5. So 2.5 right there. And I think this is a 6-inch piece, so we'll be cutting off about, no, it's 5.5. That must have been when I first cut this. So this panel is going to go right on there, and then we need our piece in the middle, kind of our featured piece. Now I went ahead and cut this. This is a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock, and it's going to go behind another piece of Designer Series paper, and this is 3 by 4.25. So write these measurements down if you want to keep them. And then I love this one. I just love this one, and so I wanted to use this. So this piece is going to go on the Calypso Coral, and it's going to be 2 3/4 by 4. So 2 3/4, just 1/4 of an inch in from the Calypso Coral piece by 4. I'm double checking my measurements that I have in front of me here. So let's just confirm right there. Yep, I might put it like that and have those little flowers at the top. Okay, I think that's all we need with our paper trimmer for right now, and we can start making our card. So let's go ahead and lay down this piece. Now we don't always cover the entire front of the card, but I do love it too, Linda. To make it, because we're following that pattern that I showed you, that design, I made this piece to cover the entire front of the card. And so we'll just put it right here. And if I cut correctly, it should fit pretty well. If it goes over just a tiny bit, you can always trim afterward. But I love my glue because I can pull it in. And let's check. It's pretty close. I might trim that little bit off the end later. Okay, and now we have this. Do you think that looks like dogwood? I think it's kind of dogwoody. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying. It reminds me a little bit of dogwood. Everything here on this paper is soft. I love the softness. And then according to the design, you just bring it in about 1/4 of an inch and lay that panel down just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and work with this one. So we'll glue this piece down, and then we're going to tie a little bit of linen thread around it. I'll show you. So I wanted to have this framed to really bring attention to that beautiful, beautiful paper. I like it so much. I see that little corner is turned a bit, so I'm going to press it down. Okay, now what we're going to do is put some old olive linen thread around this piece. And you really have to look carefully in your online exclusives, you guys, because everything I'm showing to you today is from online exclusives. It's not in the catalog, and you know that allows them to bring things to market quicker, because otherwise it takes them a long time to get everything ready and photographed and blah blah blah. So they can bring products to market very much quicker. So we have a little bit more trendy products with the online exclusives. So I'm going to cut a nice piece off of here, and this is one of the colors in this paper, and you guys know to know what colors are in your designer series paper, you look on the back sheet, this little light cardboard, and it tells you right under here all the colors that are in this designer series paper, and Old Olive is one of the colors. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow. I think this linen thread is really pretty. The color, it's a little different than using our normal linen thread or like a white baker's twine. And what I'm going to do here to get it kind of tight, I'm going to try to pull it a little tight. I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot before I tie the bow, because sometimes when you're handling the card, the bow comes undone, and then I don't want it to slip off my card. And you know in fact, I'm going to do it right now. The linen thread is so curly because it's been curled on that spool. So I'm going to just pull that out to straighten it a little bit before we tie with it. Okay, so now we'll tie our little bow, and then we're going to make our flowers and put them all around the bow. So we're just going to set this aside for a while. But isn't it pretty, that linen thread? I want to call it baker's twine. Okay, so now we're going to make our flowers and all the other little things that go on. And the first thing we're going to do, I love leaves when I'm making cards, and I like the leaves they have here. I haven't played with this one yet, and I haven't played with this one. But I have played with that and I like it. And then this is the one we're going to use today. It's kind of light and airy, you might say. So we're going to cut this from a piece of Mossy Meadow. That's cardstock. That's another one of the colors in the paper. And we're just going to cut this little guy, because I think it really goes with the, obviously, they thought so too, or they wouldn't have made it. It really goes with the paper, this kind of light, lacy looking leaf. And then we can just brush the pieces right out with our Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to go ahead and punch through there to loosen it. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I think I'm going to be using these leaves a lot, because I don't know about you, but I like to pull from die sets. I like to pull lots of different leaves when I'm making a card and I want leaves behind flowers. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp our flowers. And in fact, I went ahead and made two so as not to take too much time here while we're together. I made two little flowers, and I'm going to go with two small and one large, because there are quite a few flowers in this set. Let me show you. And they're two-step stamps. And don't let that bother you, because, like, for example, we're going to do this. This is the inside main color, and this is kind of gives the detail of one large flower. That's the one we're going to do. This is the same thing, the two steps for the smaller flowers. And look how pretty they turned out, because they have the shading in them. And then there are these flowers, and we're going to use these on the inside. These are super cute. Okay, so I made those already, and now we're going to make the large flower. And I want to show you how I got this particular color right here. I did a lot of playing with colors as far as using different ink colors for the flowers. But for today, what I ended up with was just using Calypso Coral in different, I'm not really an artist, so I don't know what the term is, but by pressing lightly and having not a lot of ink, and then by pressing hard and having a ton of ink. And also, we're going to use the stamping off technique. So this is the base flower. I've inked it up with Calypso Coral, and I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp over here. And I'm pressing hard because I know I've taken a lot of ink off. And look at that. These new stamps give a lot of dimension. They have shading in them, and I love it. Okay, Now we're going to go with the outline. And here's the outline stamp. And I'm going to purposely get a lot of ink on this. But I'm also going to stamp off because if I had a lot of ink, it would be too dark. But I'm stamping off lightly, just barely. Now, this is kind of easy to line it up because you have this big little petal that whoops out there, and it helps. So you can line this up, and the clear stamps are great. And then again, I'm going to press down really hard. And look at that. So, whoops, one ink, and we got all that dimension out of it. We got dimension from the stamps and from stamping off. And I think it's just really pretty. So, but you can use all different colors. You know, I had a sheet and I was just playing around and having a fun time. So now for the center of our flowers, I'm going to, oh, I need to die cut this one, I forgot. And then we're going to use some Darling Duckling for the center of the flower. Okay, let's get the die for this one. And it's this large die right here. Let me get that off, okay. And again, it's kind of easy because there's that one that's very prominent, that one petal that's very prominent. So it's kind of easy to get it lined up. Okay, that looks good. I love my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's just so cute. If you don't have one, you must get one. That's all I'm saying. You must get one. It's just the cutest little thing. And you can keep it right at your desk. It's just so handy. Okay, so here is our larger flower. And now I'm going to take the light Darling Duckling Stampin' Blend alcohol marker. I'm going to use the brush end and color in. They do have a stamp, but I used the stamp and I don't know. I felt like it was a little big. I think if I would have used black, it would have looked better. Hello, Polly. Good to see you. Louise, good to see you. So I decided to use just the blends, and then we're going to put a gem on here. Okay, so we've got these guys. We've got our leaf. And now the final thing we have to do is our sentiment. And if you remember, we're trying another new bundle. The Banner Sayings bundle here. And I'm using this stamp that says, I'm so grateful. I love these because I like to do like more flowers than anything. And then you can, and leaves, and then you can slip in a little sentiment real quick and easy. So I have a piece of Petal Pink ink. I'm going to use again Calypso Coral Petal Pink cardstock. I'm going to use Calypso Coral ink and just stamp this little guy right there. I'm so grateful. It's cute, but it's a workhorse. That's right, it is a workhorse. And then look at all these different banners that you can choose from. I'm going to use the top one this time. I think I used the top one. Let me check. Yeah. So I'm just going to slide that in. Oh, my paper isn't quite long enough, but for me to hold it at the same time, but I think I can get it. Come on. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to show you a little thing that I do. If my paper is too small to position in there, what I do is I make a little handle out of a piece of cardstock and just a bit of adhesive, whatever your adhesive of choice is, and just stick it right on like that. Now usually I use Stampin' Seal, but I've got stuff in front of the place where it is. So I'm just going to let this set up for a few minutes. And then we can use it to pull this through to position it right where I want it. It doesn't even have to be straight. It doesn't have to be straight at all. It just has to be adhered. Okay. Now, let's put it in there. And then I can use this little handle. Look at that. to position that right where I want it to be. I'm so grateful. Okay. It didn't even punch the little white handle. And I got an extra little banner too. Cute. I like this. So there's I'm so grateful. There's our sentiment. Okay, now we're ready. So what we need to do is kind of figure out where we want our bow. Uh-oh. Looks like my bow came untied. I told you that happens. So I'm going to tie it again. Good thing I have a knot under there. And let's just, there we go. I think I need to pull it a little tighter. Adjust the little loops. Okay. And I want to put it on here. And I'm going to use dimensionals. Now, I'm going to try to center it on the front of the card over this panel and between the top, bottom, and each side. I want it to be in the middle. And I'll put on, whoops, 5 dimensionals. Here we go. Okay. Oh, goodness. I love dimensionals. Okay, here we go. So let's just center this little guy as best we can. We can't be perfect. All right. Now, I'm not 100% liking my bow. Sorry. Do you do that where you just, I don't know, I just didn't like it that much, the way I tied it a minute ago, so I'm going to retie it. Because it's kind of a prominent thing on the front of the card, and we want it to be prominent among the flowers. It kind of breaks up the flowers. There, I think I'm happier with this bow. Okay, there we go. Now the first thing to do is put on our leaf, and I'm going to again glue this right over the linen thread there, and I'm just going to put some tiny dots mostly on the stem, just a little tiny bit of glue. It doesn't take a lot. And then I want to put the ribbon in between one of these little sections there. I think I'll do it like this. And then I'm going to adhere the stem right down the edge of that calypso coral side, just like that, okay? Now we're ready for our flowers, and we're going to put those on also with dimensionals, and we're just going to use one. You don't really need more than one. And I found earlier that this little, can you see that little, you know, where it goes in? It's a perfect place to put your bow right in there. Oops. So we're just going to put that right around the bow, just like that. And then we can position our other flowers above and below that. Let me fidget with my bow. Okay. So we're just going to put our flowers all around that little guy, just like this. Put one down here. And then all we have to do is put our sentiment right, slip our sentiment right in there, kind of above the linen thread. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals for this. I'm going to use 2 to make sure it stays in position where I want it to be. I know it is hard to make bows. I agree. Practice makes perfect. That's all I'm going to say. And keep playing with it. Okay, so I'm just going to slip this right in here under the flower. Get in there. Just kind of like that. I'm so grateful. And then the little bow can just kind of be on the side. Now I'm going to cut my tails, and then we're going to put some gems on, and then we're going to stamp the inside. And you guys, wait till you see this. Okay. These are the low profile sparkle dots. And look at how perfect these Darling Duckling dots are going to go on these flowers. They really make it sparkle. So I'm going to put one in the center of each flower. Look at how pretty that looks. Don't you love to have a little bit of bling on your flowers? On your card, really? Okay, excellent. So now our front is made. Now let's look at our inside. We like to do something with the inside. And here are those little flowers that I told you about, that little flower stamp. It is a great card sketch. It really is. So here are the little flowers. And again, they already have a lot of dimension to them. Look how cute those are. They look very watercolored. Aren't those cute? And I'll put some up here. And then we'll also stamp our envelope. I think it's adorable. So here is our card, and let's put our sketch next to it. What did I do with this sketch? Here it is. So when you are pondering, gosh, how should I make a card? What should I do? You can pop over to the Global Design Project and see what they're doing. And that's how we made our card. I think it's a darling. Instead of a circle, I put flowers. And you can do that. You can substitute. It's just a fun little, it's just a challenge each week. I like to do that. So this is going to be the prize for next week. So if you'd like to win this card, put the word prize, and I just run it through the random number generator, and each person is assigned a number. And so let's see who won the card that I'm awarding today from a week ago. And last week, our card was this fun card that I just love this. I've got some ready to give to people that I know. So this is our card. Let me put it in the right place. This is the card I'm awarding today. And if you didn't see this and you want to make it, go back and watch the video. It was from October 8th. We had a really good time making this, and it just opens up like that. Just a simple little card. Okay, and the winner is Kathy Oderly. Kathy, there you are. I just saw your name. You won this. Congratulations, Kathy. I hadn't seen you on here before today. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. And I will get this out. I sent all the other cards that were awarded, sent them all out the other day. So if you had won a prize, you should have everything. You should have it coming. And then I'll get this one out shortly. Kathy, congratulations. And thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. It's been lots of fun. Come back on Friday and we're going to do a fun fold using that 12 days of crafting advent calendar. And go make